Okay, as you can hear and see, it is raining. I'm sitting in front of my home and my house. And this is Texas, a suburb of Dallas, northeast of Dallas. And we have lovely, lovely rain. And I'm not being sarcastic. In Texas, when we say we're having rain, it's seldom being sarcastic. It's usually like, yay. So, yes, it's a yay thing. Not always. Like I said, it's seldom. Not always. Anyway, I wanted to talk about these people. Okay, I just was inside and I was watching some video. I don't know if they were all hashtag shorts, you know. No, this one, I don't think it was. This one, they have some, and then they have both, you know, the regular ones, longer version. And I'm thinking I'm going to concentrate this year on those hashtag shorts. I have plenty of longer versions, and I'm not in it to win it. If I do, it would be nice for a change. 11 years, yeah, it would be nice. And anyway, I'm not using it for a money-making machine, but I like to watch the ones that they're so beautiful, and the ones about people rescuing animals or feeding animals, and both is the same thing, feeding them sometimes. You know, we rescue, we don't actually go and rescue them, although we did once just the other day. Seriously, it was out in our front yard, and we got Adam, put it in the garage. You know, he's older than I, and I was sitting inside my SUV, and I just pulled back, and I see this tail wagging. I'm like, what? Yeah, it was a dog. It was a little tiny. It looked like I thought it was a baby. You know, teenage years. Husky, but it wasn't. It was that blue Kai, whatever it's called. And it was 3 years old, 3 or 4. Anyway, so we kept it, and then I told Adam, I said, let's go drive around the neighborhood and see if we see any signs. And I went down the wrong road and came back out the road from where we wanted to go. We weren't seeing him. When I went down this other road, and I said, the person in front of us, I said, that's her. I bet she's out looking for her dog. And I thought, like I said, I thought it was a puppy. And she pulled over to the left instead of to the right. And I said, yep, that's her. And I got right next to her. And she had her window open, I guess, for calling out, you know. And I said, are you looking for a dog? She said, your puppy? And she said, I am. You know, I said, you know, and I just looked at her, and she said, she told me, you know, described us at that. We've got it. I said, just follow us home. And she followed us, and we gave it to her because she named, you know, something really special about the dog's eyes. So I didn't tell her what kind of dog or anything. So that was our rescue. It's really not the first time we've seen, you know, we have people like one of our neighbors, they find dogs too, you know, and it's weird. And so we have kept 3 of them, 4 of them. How many? 3, yeah. Just recently. Anyway, there was another one that they had found it had gone up to their house. It's probably because, you know, like everybody was saying, because we have animals, other animals are attracted to our homes, you know, because they go outside and all that. Anyway, that wasn't what I was going to talk about, but I like to watch, you know, other people who have rescue animals, who foster animals, you know, and I've seen plenty. Well, now, you know, the trolls, yeah, the ruiners. You know, I do these little series stories, in one of my calls, the case, I joked that the people that live there make the cases funny names or something. They'd love to call it the something, the this. Well, the person who's doing it is me because it's fiction. I love playing funny little games with those. But they call them the ruiners, and those are people who trying to ruin things for their own benefit, just make it short. And now this is different, and I'll call it people who are trying to ruin things that are really good and decent. You know what I'm saying? When people make videos showing that they're feeding cats, building places for cats to live in, you know, stuff like that. I wish we could do that here, but we live near a farm, so yeah, you can imagine what would be living in those, and might. But anyway, it attracts stuff that, like I said before, Adam's SUV, $800 worth of wiring in it, his SUV, and then not long after that, 2 nests were built inside. Nest inside the engine area. Yeah. So we can't even feed them anymore. But anyway, but the people who, as far as the people who try to ruin, finally I'm going to get to this, is the ones who now these days they found something new. Oh, they're going to be something new, or they think that they want to show everybody, hey, I figured this out. It's they'll leave a comment and it says AI ? Yeah, now they have found some other way to ruin, you know, or you know, something like that. That was mine. I mean, not mine that I did, but mine the way I put it was just to say that, you know, put the suggestion. They put the suggestion out there that it's the AI. You know, it's not a real video. You know, something that's beautiful. You know, but it's not only that either. It's ones that have been around for a long time, and I mean, come on, these are not AI generated. And I mean, I can tell which ones I think. The first one I had to, yeah, I was a little bit, oh, you know, but don't ruin it for other people. You know, let people figure it out themselves if it's the case. If it's not, you haven't ruined it for everybody. Now, see, those kind of comments, I'd say dirty delete them. It's not really dirty deleting, you know, because if you couldn't delete, you wouldn't be able to, you know. But I mean, I understand, you know, some of it. The dirty deleting is when somebody doesn't want to show that some people don't agree with you. You know, they talk about freedom of speech, and yet they take away other people's freedom to speak. That kind of thing. But anyway, these, you know, these that are ruining something good, even just putting it out there, you know, it takes away, might, not always, takes away from the beauty of it. Me, I still see the beauty. You know, people actually taking care of what we need to take care of. Animals, other people, you know, not be so self-centered. It's all, you know, so the people who are doing it, they're so self-centered. So very self-centered, to me, in my view. And guess what? Freedom of speech. I have the right to state my opinion. But I'm telling you, I'm loving this rain. Seriously, hopefully nothing happens like I fall down on the way back in. You know, I mentioned that one of my sisters, I don't know if I've mentioned it on this channel, but she broke her hip a year ago, I guess. Yeah, it was. And I'm estranged from my family, my choice. And I only heard bits and pieces, and it was, her reason was, it was something stupid. Well, I walked out, I said, this might be stupid of me to walk outside and to get my SUV to make videos. But I've been stuck inside for a couple of days, so. Well, today would be the second day. And That's not healthy for me. But yes, a broken hip would be even worse. I just can't believe it's raining. We weren't expecting rain. Yesterday, yes. Today, no. Today, by the way, is the 9th day of the year 2026. Yes, January 9th, 2026. If you're not used to it, I'm not used to somebody saying that. I did it one day. I think it was the 4th or 2nd. And it was the 2nd, I believe. And I said, it's the 2nd day. I was trying to be dramatic. I'm not a dramatic person, so they come out kind of stupid. But, and I thought, that is so unusual to hear it say like that. And I'm the one saying it like that. Or anybody. Yeah. Anyway, wrapping it up.